All right, we are live. Chris, it's so great to see you. We have Chris Lipper from On the Bus Sales Training, who we visited back
Good
in
seeing you, Andy.
January.
Thank you.
Times have changed quite a bit since we recorded that interview in January. tell us tell us what you've been up to, and actually, let's talk about this virtual trade show that you're putting together. I want to know, because the world has definitely changed. How did you come up with this idea?
So thank you, and good seeing you, and thanks for having me back. And so the world did change, right? So the pandemic was, I guess, it got real in March, in the U.S. at least, and we had a couple of trade shows scheduled for 2020, one in May and one in December, and I canceled the May one. And I was reluctant to, but it was just the right thing to do, and without a doubt. And uh, our members get a lot out of the trade show, and they get a lot out of the training for the trade show. And I was working the calendar, and I was looking at this December trade show, and I really didn't want to cancel it. And we have transferred our sales training and everything else that we do so well to Zoom. I don't know if you knew this, we had just opened new offices in March. So we were ready to go with a big, beautiful new training room and two offices, and we've never gotten to use them. I think we've had one meeting there. So we've been virtual. We started a virtual networking group in March. We've been doing this for a while now. And I figured, all right, everything else has worked out so well virtually. Why wouldn't a trade show work? And I thought it through, and then I looked into some software, and I figured, you know what? Zoom's really worked out very well for everyone. Why couldn't we do it on Zoom? And we figured out a way. And so on December 4th, this Friday, we will have our first virtual trade show. It's our seventh trade show in general, but it's our first virtual one. And I'm really excited, a little nervous, but excited at the same time.
Chris, how do we have to think differently? Because when I think trade show, and I'm sure that this is what your trade shows looked like in the past, you had vendor booths, you had an exhibitor area, people could walk around. What does a virtual trade show look like?
So it's a great question, and what we're trying to do is keep it the same. And so what that means is that every booth will have a booth, and every booth will have a meeting room, or they could call it a showroom. So we have a furniture company there, right? So they have a general meeting room, and then if they want to take someone to their showroom, they can do that. And so they will have a second location, a second booth that they're calling a showroom. And it will actually be in a different location in their actual showroom, and they can show product there. So it has to do with staffing and part of the training that we had offered, so people know how to do this. And there will be a general area, which would be my booth, and that's where people will be coming in and out of. We have, just like a regular trade show, asked all the exhibitors to bring at least 10 guests, so we know we're going to have at least 200 people there. And they're all going to come through me, and I'm going to start them on their journey, and they can go from booth to booth, and they can see who's got how many people in what booth and who to go talk to, and kind of where the cool kids are. And, you know, I suspect that'll be part of the magic of this, that if you see a booth with 10, 12 people, you're going to be like, oh, what's going on there? I want to go look. And, you know, so that'll be all part of the fun, just like it is at a regular trade show.
It's cool that you can maintain that same aspect of kind of roaming around and taking a look and not always knowing what you're going to discover next.
Nope, that's right. And if you're, so there's a different strategy if you're an attendee versus if you're in the booth, right? Now, this is all how it's supposed to work. We'll find out on Friday, you know, but so if you're in a booth, what we've done, and you can't see it here, but we've given everybody a virtual background with a QR code up in the corner. And that way, people can hold their camera up to get their information, see videos, whatever it might be on the different vendors. So the hard part's going to be for the vendors to capture information quickly, you know, from their guests, because you don't know, you could have 2, 3 guests coming in right behind them, but that happens in trade shows also. So I suspect it'll be waves of people, just like it would at a regular trade show.
It's cool. I love hearing how the virtual trade show is a way to adapt to our world today, tell everyone who should attend on both the vendor side and the attendee side.
So on the vendor side, I think people who should attend are people that would consider exhibiting at our next one. We're going to do this again in March based on the success of this one. It's already successful. And we've already offered 2 classes. We've had 5 or 6 test drives. And the vendors are already doing business with each other. So mission accomplished right there. We'll do it again in March. So people from the exhibitor side that should attend would be people that are evaluating doing it themselves and joining us in March. From the attendee side, it's multiple. You know, maybe you're looking for Christmas presents or holiday presents, I guess is the way to say that. And you can go and everybody there is going to have gift certificates and things they can offer. But it's also supporting the local vendors. And local is a relative term. I mean, I can tell you we have people from the Carolinas, Texas, Alabama. We have people exhibiting from multiple locations. So local, I don't know what it means anymore. You know, it's thanks to these platforms. But I guess if you want to support small business, come to the show would be the bottom line.
Cool. So it's very still local and small business focused, but the technology allows you to extend your limits from having a New Jersey based event where you're going to tend to have New Jersey based businesses and attendees. You can broaden that.
Right. I mean, I'll be running the event from New York. I know we have one person in Texas and another in Alabama and South Carolina. So again, I don't know where everyone is. It doesn't matter. You know, unless you want your house painted, and we do have a house painter there. We have somebody there who strings Christmas lights. I guess you can't do that virtually. But if you need help with your Christmas lights, you want to go and visit Vernon, you know, from, well, anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll let him plug himself. But.
Well, it's a very cool event because it sounds like people can make a positive impact on various different local economies all at your virtual trade show, which is really cool. Tell people where they should go to sign up and attend.
Thank you. Onthebus.biz, and it's right on our first page. I guess you call that a landing page, and it'll say register here to support local business. And please come. It'd be nice if everybody didn't come right at 2 o'clock. I suspect that we're going to have hundreds of people trying to get in at 2 o'clock. Let's hope that's a problem we have to endure, but I want to meet everyone coming in so I can get them started off to their first right booth and give them a quick rundown how it works.
That's great. Well, I'm impressed. I'm sure that you are training a lot of business owners on how to better use Zoom, how to better use technology. Anything else you want to leave us with?
I'm training myself too. Listen, I'm not the guy with all the answers. I think we're all learning as we go here. You know, and Zoom is my platform by choice, if you know what I mean. I know there's others out there, but it just seems to be the one that it works for me. I understand it, and I think they're doing a great job. They haven't raised their prices. They've maintained. I haven't heard of a lot of problems on it. It seems to just they're doing a great job, and I'm grateful that this is all out there for us to learn. It's a whole new world. And I think that if we can all shift our minds just a little bit, we can all enjoy some success together here.
I agree. Well, we have to adapt since the world has changed quite dramatically. We do have the website there on the screen, onthebus.biz. And it's so great to see you, Chris. I'm so glad that we could catch up and see one another. I'm glad that you're healthy and well. And I look forward to seeing you this Friday at the trade show. And I'll congratulate you in advance.
Vice versa. You're doing a great job for small business, and thank you for what you do. I watch your videos on LinkedIn, and thank you for what you do. And I look forward to also seeing you Friday at the show. Maybe there's a way of videoing it. I don't know. And maybe we have a follow-up. I don't know. I'm hoping for the success that we are all hoping for Friday. I'm a little nervous about it at the same time.
That means that you care. Well,
Yes.
I look forward to it, and we'll just remind everybody to buy local and think about attending this virtual trade show because I have to wrap my head around this, that you can support different local economies all in one place, which is just really cool. So you can increase your impact all at once.
And there is a $10 charge to get in, but if you're my guest, and I'm inviting anyone who sees this video to come, there's no charge.
Well,
I will let you in.
You heard it here. So to the Buy Local NJ community, thank you, Chris.
Thank
I
you.
look forward to seeing you, and I hope that everyone will join us. It's going to be so much fun, and maybe I can get my holiday shopping done early for once.
Well, I know Mary Kay's got a booth there. Maybe you can get something for your wife there.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
But all right, thank you so much.
Thanks, Chris.